Today we're featuring these guys. Okay, first we have Victreebell, then Tentacruel, then we're gonna move over on to Rapidash, then Slowbro, Magneton, Farfetch'd, Dodrio, and finally Dewgong. And then of course if any of them make it through Brock, then we'll take a look at their earlier stage as well. This is a minimum battles run, so here are the rules. Main idea though is you take the fewest amount of battles possible, and in this case it's only going to be 3 battles. Let's try Victreebell. Victreebell I don't think is going to have any problem. Let's see what it gets. And it gets, oh my gosh, Sleep Powder and Razor Leaf. Yeah, we should be fine. Sweet Scent and Vine Whip are kind of irrelevant. We don't really need those moves. Sleep Powder and Razor Leaf though, those are great. Of course Razor Leaf isn't quite as broken. We just got a critical hit. I was going to say because we're not assured critical hits as in Generation 1. But it's still a pretty dang good move, especially early in the game. Okay, Weedle should be no problem. But we're going to start by putting it to sleep. Then I think we're just going to use Razor Leaf again and again. It's got a 4 times resistance to this move. As in, this move does a quarter damage. But, of course, we're still going to take it down, no problem. And then, why don't we move right along to Brock? And against his Geodude, I think against both of his Pokemon, we might as well just use Razor Leaf. Against Geodude, it's a one-shot. And against Onix, misses the bind, and it's another one-shot. Easy peasy. Cool. Alright, we're off to a great start. Let's check out Weepinbell. Weepinbell. Okay, let's see what we get with Weepinbell. Will it do as well as Victreebell did? Weepinbell gets Vine Whip, Growth, and Wrap. Huh. Growth could be good. I don't think we'll need it against Brock. I think against Brock, all we need is that Vine Whip. Against this Charmander, that was really close. That was very, very close. Yeah, Growth was good. I think it'll be good against the Weedle too, since Weedle super resists our Vine Whip. But let's go check that out. Okay, against the Weedle over here, I think we're actually going to start with a Wrap. Let's try that first. Let's see if we can take it down with just Wrap, in fact. I think we can. It might be quicker and easier. Yeah, Wrap should be just fine. Cool. Alright, just like that, we move over on to Brock. Let's do it. Alright, let's take him down. We're going to Vine Whip. Oh, it's not a one-shot. Alright, well, it should be fine. Take it down with 2. And we'll whip he whipped out his snake, and we're gonna whip that. Not sure what that narration was. Okay, cool. And yeah, it shouldn't be much of a surprise, but Weepinbell makes it through. Cool. Alright, let's check on Bellsprout. And all we get is a Vine Whip. Oh, crap. Okay, well, I don't think we'll even be able to make it past Charmander. Again, this isn't really a mandatory victory, but it sure puts us at a disadvantage if we lose it. I'm going to try a few more times, but I don't think it's going to be possible. Shoot. And hypothetically, maybe not completely impossible. Like, for some of these battles, if we manipulated save states, then we might be able to get through. But I'm not going to do that. But yeah, I guess we'll just move on. See if we can get through Weedle, which, actually, now that I think about it, I don't know if we will be able to get through Weedle. We might have another Gloom issue. Let's find out. Let's see, we like to see as many string shots as possible. I think we should be able to get at least get to struggle. But, you know, struggle, we got actually pretty close there. Okay, let's try it again. Ooh, yeah, this is tough. We need at least a good amount of health or hit points in order to use struggle to defeat it, since struggle damages us too. Ow, jeez. And these poison stings are rough. I don't know, guys. That first attempt, I think we just got really lucky. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to call it for Bellsprout. I think Weedle eliminates it. That's a shame. I really like Bellsprout. I was really hoping Bellsprout would make it through. I think Bellsprout's probably top 15, top 20, my favorites in first generation. Alright, let's move right on to Tentacruel. Tentacruel, I think I've mentioned, is one of my favorites. I think it's one of the coolest of all time. I'd put it in top 10 for sure. And okay, we do not have the best moveset. And unfortunately no water damage dealing moves. Damage dealing water moves, rather. Okay, well, of course Squirtle's no problem. I don't think Weedle will be any issue either. Let's take a look. Okay, against Weedle, we'll start by confusing it. Just because it should speed things up. Of course, thanks to our ability, it can't decrease our speed. And of course, since we're poison type, we can't be poisoned. So, we don't really have much to worry about as far as Weedle. And yeah, no problem, we make it through. Brock, I'm worried about. We're not going to be able to do very much damage to it, because all we get is Poison Sting and Constrict. Constrict is basically pointless. And Poison Sting will do almost nothing. We're getting some bad Supersonic luck, there we go. And Poison Sting. Alright, we do get poison. We got really lucky with that poison, in fact. Not as lucky with the Supersonic, there we go. Okay, cool. And yeah, we're not doing horribly against this Geodude. I don't know that we'd be able to defeat Onix with this amount of HP left. Definitely not with 4, but oof, yeah, we didn't even make it to Onix that time. Alright, let's give it another shot. This is definitely a battle that is going to require a ton of luck to get through. And it doesn't help that Supersonic has, I believe, 55% accuracy. If it was a Confused Ray, that would be so much better. But Tentacruel does not have access to that. Ooh, we got close to being close on that attempt. Okay, let's try it again. I really want Tentacruel to make it through. I got lucky there with that Poison Sting. And some of the oh my gosh, we were getting somewhat lucky. Okay, there we go. Okay. Oh shoot. Okay, we're gonna try keeping it confused. Alright, hey! We did make it past Geodude there. Let's see how we do against Onix. We gotta confuse it. Bind is good. Okay, we're getting pretty lucky here. But not right there. Ay, ay, ay. Okay, let's try again. Like I said, this is gonna require an immense amount of luck. Yeah, and I think even with a ton of luck, I don't think it's gonna work. Unfortunately. Yeah, I'm losing faith in Tentacruel. I really want it to win. Once we have it poisoned, we might as well go Constrict. Though it doesn't really matter. Either attack will do 1 damage. Dropping its speed, I don't think is that important. Yeah, if we're moving first, then we're already faster. Okay, we make it through Geodude again. And yeah, I don't think we stand any chance against Onix. Still, let's give it maybe 1 more shot. Okay, yeah, even Geodude is a major struggle. I'm gonna say, unfortunately, Tentacruel is not going to make it through. Alright, let's check on Rapidash. I don't know what Rapidash would get that would really give it much of an advantage as far as moves goes. Let's see. We're about to find out. If it gets anything, that is. And it starts out with Quick Attack, Growl, Tail Whip, and Ember. Against Brock, Ember's not the worst, but will it be enough? We also have Growl that might help us a little bit, though it hasn't really helped us in the past. But maybe it'll work better for Rapidash. Of course, Squirtle is no problem, and I don't think Weedle will be either. Let's find out. Okay, against Weedle, we can just Ember it down. 2 Embers is enough, of course. Cool. Alright, and then to Brock. Alright, against Brock. Let's see. I really hope Rapidash makes it through. I really like Rapidash. I think it's pretty underrated. Alright, we'll start with an Ember. Ooh, and its tackle is doing a bit more damage than I was hoping. Alright, let's give it another shot. If we can get a burn, that would be awesome. Also, of course, if it uses... there's a burn, but it's a little bit late. If it uses defense curls, that'll be great too, because that won't really decrease the damage that we deal with our Ember. Let's try growling at it. Getting its attack lower. He's going straight growls at the beginning doesn't seem like the best move. We'll try a couple growls. Let's just go crazy this round again. See how little damage it will do. Okay, it looks like 2 is probably the minimum, even with the burn. Alright, we might actually get through the Geodude this round. Ooh. Okay, we do get through Geodude, but we're only at 5 hit points. Oh, 7 hit points after the level up. Do we move first? We do move before. We got lucky with the miss. But yeah. Yeah, I don't think Rapidash is going to make it through, guys. I think we're going to have to call it on Rapidash. Okay, let's see how Slowbro does. I don't know what Slowbro gets. If it gets Confusion and or Water Gun, I think we should be okay. If it doesn't, then we're in trouble. Let's find out. We don't get either. Okay. Well, Yawn and Curse could be interesting. Alright, let's yawn this Bulbasaur to sleep. And try a Curse or 2 before we just start tackling. And of course Bulbasaur. We could have probably just used tackle and been fine. But yeah, Bulbasaur, no sweat. Alright, let's move on to Weedle, which should also be pretty dang easy. Against Weedle, we'll put it to sleep. We'll use tackle. We'll curse. Use a few curses, just because that should make things a little faster. Unfortunately, we haven't been poisoned yet. Oof, on the last hit we got poisoned. But, of course we make it through no problem. Alright, now let's check on Brock, who I am a bit worried about. I'm curious if we are able to put Geodude to sleep, max out our stats with Yawn. How will we fare? Oof, already down to almost half health. Right off the get-go, basically. Okay, we are pretty dang tough now. But even with all that attack increase, still do almost no damage. Oof. Now, of course, it's going to be increasing its defense, but I think even if it doesn't, we only do like 2 or 3 damage. Alright, let's try again. Yeah, I would expect Slowbro to be a little tankier, especially after all of those curses. Which I guess it is still pretty tanky, it's just not dealing much damage. I mean, it is only tackle and it is resisted, but still, I would have expected a little bit more. But yeah, Geodude, I don't know if we can even make it past Geodude. Yeesh. And Onix, of course, is going to be even worse. It'd be awesome to see Slowbro make it through, but I don't think we're gonna. Oof, we do finally make it past Geodude. And Onix, okay, Bind is both good and bad. Oh no. Well, we can see we do basically nothing. I don't know why I'm using Growler, but we can see we basically do nothing even still. And yeah, I'm unfortunately calling it for Slowbro. There's no way it's getting through. Okay, time to look at Magneton. I don't know how Magneton's gonna do. It'll be nice having the Steel type, but we need to find out what moves it gets. And it receives... If we get Sonic Boom, I think we're good. Ooh, but we don't. I don't think Metal Sound's gonna help at all. Let's see. Okay. Metal Sound, yeah, it just lowers special defense. It's basically Screech, but for special defense. Okay, and we're gonna use Thunder Shock on this Charmander. That's easy at least. And the Weedle's gonna be a free win because it can't damage us since it only used his Poison Sting to deal damage, and we're immune to that. But Brock is the one we're worried about anyway. And okay, it does 2 damage. We're going to be dealing 1 damage, but we also have Supersonic. But I don't think we're going to be able to get through this. This is going to be very slow, by the way. Alright, we're getting close to knocking out the Geodude, but Geodude is going to be a lot easier than Onix. Yeesh, that was pretty rough. I'll give it another shot, but I'm not expecting this to go through. Yeah, of course, with enough supersonic luck. Oh, heck. No, this is impossible. We wouldn't have enough power points. And I'm presuming we wouldn't learn a move if we beat the Geodude. But yeah, this is... We almost got through Geodude. But yeah, this is gonna be... We already know it's gonna be impossible, unfortunately. Alright. How about Farfetch'd? What does Farfetch'd get? Peck. Oh no, that's all it gets. Oh no. Okay. Well, of course, Charmander's no problem. And Weedle should be no problem too. Those two are definitely not who I'm worried about. Let's check on Brock. Now, we did get Sand Attack after reaching level 6 from defeating the Weedle. But Peck and Sand Attack, I'm gonna try it, of course, but I'm gonna call it. There's absolutely no way, unfortunately. I don't think... Yeah, there's not even enough power points in Peck. We'd have to deplete all of our Sand Attacks, too. I could be wrong. Are there... I don't think there are even enough Pecks to get past Geodude. No, there probably are. There probably are. But we're not going to find out. It's just impossible, unfortunately. Okay, let's check on Dodrio. Dodrio, what will Dodrio get? Okay, it does have Pursuit. It also has Fury Attack. At least we have a Dark type move, which isn't resisted by Geodude or Onix. Will it be enough? I doubt it, but maybe. But let's not just speculate, let's find out. First, Weedle should be no obstacle whatsoever. And of course, we get through Weedle, no problem, after getting poisoned. Okay, now on to the big moment for Dodrio. How are we gonna do? Let's see how much Pursuit does. A lot less than its Tackle. Shoot. Okay. We are getting super lucky against this Geodude. That was a crazy amount of luck right there. Will we get so lucky against Onix? Definitely not, because it only attacks. Oh, we got lucky with that miss. We got lucky with another miss. What in the world? We are getting very lucky. And then, yeah. I don't think we could get any luckier than that, to be honest. Obviously, it's not impossible, but I think we definitely can't rely on it. Still, I'll give it another shot. Yeah, Fury Attack is even worse. Yeah. Yeah, even making it past Geodude is not going to be easy. I think we're going to have to call it for Dodrio. That was like an extreme amount of luck right there. Okay, let's move on to Dewgong. I'm excited. I really like Dewgong. I really hope it gets an ice move. Oh, I hope it does. Let's see. And we, in fact, get 2 ice moves. All right. I think one would have been enough, but I'm not complaining. And 1 Aurora Beam. Aurora Beam and Icy Wind. I guess it took 2 to take down that Bulbasaur. Let's check on the Weedle. Weedle, a couple of Aurora Beams, and we're through. No problem. Alright, let's move right on to Brock. I think since we have the ice moves, we use Aurora Beam. It's going to take 2 to defeat the Geodude. I think we've got, since we have the ice moves, it's going to be no problem. Ah, shoot. Okay, hang on. We are weak to that Rock Tomb, and we are slower than the Onix. So that could be an issue. Alright, but this time we get through Geodude on full health, and Onix uses Bind, and then a Rock Tomb. Yeesh. Okay. I'm sure we can do this, but it might take a few tries. It's Icy Wind that Geodude down. Yeah, we're again on full health. Icy Wind. Oh, we get a critical hit on Onix, and that is enough to let us take it down on the next hit. Awesome. Cool. Dewgong makes it through. Alright. I don't have much faith in Seel. Ooh, and it only gets headbutt. But we'll take a quick look. Maybe if we level up, we'll get an additional move. Maybe not. Let's see. We're about to find out once we get past this Weedle. And as per normal, Sammy throws the fight. We unfortunately don't get anything else. So, yeah, I think we can confidently say that Seel's not making it through. Alright, out of all of these guys, we have a solid just 3 making it through. Man, it's a shame we lost so many this round, or this run rather. But that's how it goes when you've got a rock-type gym leader at the start, I suppose. Alright, next time we're going to be featuring all of the trade evolutions from Generation 1. So of course that would be the Abra line, the Machop line, the Geodude line, and the Ghastly line. I don't know for sure, but I think we'll get at least a few more through than we did this week. and I'm excited to find out. I hope you guys tune in, and I hope to see you again.